Thanks for visiting Discovering Japan. I'm Brian. I'm going to take a short walk in the neighborhood and introduce some points of interest. This is Niigata Koen, Niigata Park. My kids grew up in this park. This was our backyard. After school and weekends, holidays, my kids were almost always here, along with lots of kids from the neighborhood playing tag, hide and seek, soccer, baseball, catching tadpoles and frogs. It's a lovely afternoon, but almost eerily quiet here. Kids spend a lot more time indoors these days, but that's not the only reason. There just are fewer kids around, and I only see a couple of kids here at the moment. Before this became a park, 70, 80 years ago perhaps, it was a prison, which is quite odd to consider, really. The headquarters of prefectural and city government were just a few minutes away. The governor and mayor had their official residences within a short walk of here. In fact, the governor still does. The city's elite in business, government, culture, all lived in this area, and it's strange to think that there was a prison in their backyard. The willow tree is Niigata's official tree, and it used to line the canals that interlaced downtown Niigata. In a future video, I'll share some photos of what the city looked like until the early 1950s. There were just kilometers of canals connecting the Shinano River, at whose mouth Niigata City is located, with downtown Niigata, providing transportation for goods from both the Sea of Japan and regions upriver. City Art Museum across the street there. The leaves just starting to change. Years ago, there was a lot of talk about Japan's system of neighborhood policing, the police boxes located throughout communities that foster a sense of cooperation between residents and the police force. There was a koban just here where this house is now located, and I remember taking lost and found items that I or my kids came upon here at the park to the police box to hand over to the officers on duty. And some years ago, Niigata City, probably owing to budget constraints, began closing its police boxes, and this lot was sold. It's not that there's no crime in Niigata, just maybe the declining population, but I think shrinking budgets are the real reason behind the decision to close several, maybe half a dozen that I know of. The city tax office here, the Japanese are really serious about taxes and make a very public point about pursuing corporations and wealthy individuals who are suspected of evading their taxes. Up here on the left is one of the largest private residences in the neighborhood. In fact, any neighborhood in Niigata City. I've done a lot of exploring on foot and by bike, and never seen anything quite as extensive as the residence of the Horikawas, the fish paste kings of Niigata City. The Japanese eat a lot of fish paste in the form of kamaboko, which is that slightly rubbery pink, white, or pink and white garnish that is sometimes used in, say, with ramen. Also chikuwa, a fish paste sausage that's hollow, used in soups, eaten by itself though sometimes. Yeah, lots of fish paste. To have such an imposing residence as that. The offices of the National Pension Scheme, or Ponzi scheme as some describe it. And we've nearly made the circuit, a couple of 100 meters up this street. I crossed over to enter the park. This is nicknamed Heaven and Hell Lane. Here's Jikoku Kokuraku, Heaven and Paradise. Hell in Paradise, I should say. Hell on the right, the prison. Paradise on the left, in the form of ikinariya, a traditional Japanese restaurant that is over 300 years old and is on the local register of important architectural properties for its wall, the outer wall here, and the gate. Back in the day, you had to be a member, you had to be recommended by a member to gain admittance. That is no longer the case, but you do have to be deep-pocketed. I was invited by some work colleagues once to join them for an end-of-year dinner, and I asked how much it would cost me. 33,000 yen, which at the time was around $300. 6 weeks of groceries for my young family of 5. I politely declined. If you want geisha entertainment, that will cost you quite a bit more. So Heaven and Hell Lane. Really, the only physical reminder, just about the only physical reminder of the prison is this high brick wall here. Proper brick is rather rare in Japan as opposed to this stuff. And it is about all that's left of the old prison. Well, thank you for joining me on this short walk in the neighborhood. I'll be posting additional videos starting tomorrow. So please come back and leave some comments. Thank you.